So as you mentioned earlier, right? So you were interested in blockchain, but then because most of the implementation is on finance or like maybe people are telling more about like supply chain or like traveling,
Mhm.
that's why you haven't like picked it up. But then like once you saw that blockchain can be actually implemented in gaming, then you were like, okay, this is really interesting, and that's why you want to pick it up. So do you think what is the biggest challenge right now for mass adoptions for blockchain? Is that like a lot of misconceptions, or what is the challenge to
Mhm.
for blockchain to be implemented everywhere?
Sure. So I think there are a couple of things. So right now, uh, we're still very early kind of days for this
Yeah.
technology. So there
Mm-hmm.
are a couple of things that need to be kind of smoothened out before
Mm-hmm.
I think like the mass market consumer
Mm-hmm.
can kind of seamlessly
Mm-hmm.
come in.
Yeah.
So one is scalability. So right now, like blockchains, Ethereum is the kind of blockchain that's used most for kind of building consumer facing applications, but
Yeah.
it's still quite slow.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess mass market users are not going to really understand like the idea of like having to wait for transactions to go
Yeah.
through and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one aspect that's kind of a roadblock. There's also kind of like wallet onboarding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in blockchain, basically these applications are asking users to kind of get download MetaMask and
Mm-hmm.
store these, I guess, like 12-word
Mm-hmm.
keys, right? You actually did that too, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's not really a kind of intuitive process, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the other kind of missing piece is education. Like
Mm-hmm.
people need to understand like what the benefits are
Mm-hmm.
for interacting with these applications,
Mm-hmm.
because I think people will go through the steps if they understand like why they're doing it. But I think right now the benefits aren't really so clear
Mm-hmm.
to everyone, and the barriers are pretty high. So
I see.
that's kind of but I think there's a lot of like amazing work that's being done to
Mm-hmm.
kind of lower those barriers, and that's actually we also see a lot of what we're working on
Mm-hmm.
as kind of building different solutions to those issues as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we see ourselves as a tech startup, not just
Mm-hmm.
like a gaming project.
Yes. So I feel like we can say that Axie Infinity is one of the displaying a role as helping the mass adoptions become faster for blockchain technology, right? So you basically implement blockchain and then a very cute beautiful design so that people can attract to it and then they can use it, like not necessarily just to monetize but just to pleasure for entertainment, and from there they can learn, okay, how why is this blockchain and what happening here, like why is it useful for me to understand the technology behind it.